welcome to Tuesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where I am delighted to tell you we have the brand new puzzle to have a go at today by the Dutch grandmaster Art van de Wetering. This one is called 4 Octagons, which it harks back to the name of our most popular video on the channel ever, a Sudoku with only 4 given digits. Today we've got 4 given octagons, and a very short rule set, as so often from Ard. But the great thing about Ard's puzzles is that he has this extraordinary ability to find magic in little arithmetic ideas or little geometric ideas. And his puzzles are always so fun to solve, and they're so satisfying to solve. I'm no doubt this will be the same. But I'll read the rules of this one to you in a moment or two's time. And fingers crossed, because I have had to do some battles with some brutal puzzles over the last week or so. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've loved every moment of them, but the 5.25 hours I spent in the company of Marty's Rat Run number 40, the finale, last week. Now that was a magnum opus. And then yesterday's puzzle by Itrio took me ages, over 2 hours on that one. That's an extraordinary puzzle as well. Ard's puzzles normally aren't 2-hour fests, but we'll have to see. We don't know until we try. So as I say, we'll read the rules together in a moment. Few things to mention first. Last night, Mark and I went into the Blueprints mansion, and I won't spoil what happened, but things did happen. Very, very strange things did happen. So if you have been following that series and you didn't watch last night live, I would almost urge you to catch up on last night's VOD, because I think you will like it. I actually do think you will. And yeah, we will be going back for sure probably next Monday. Probably will be next Monday. But I'll schedule that. As soon as I schedule that, you'll get an announcement. If you're subscribed, please do subscribe. We are closing in on this, what would be an extraordinary milestone for this little channel. We're nearly at 700,000. We're at something like 697,500 subscribers. So please help us to reach 700,000. It would be such a milestone for us. And if you subscribe, you'll get notifications for when we're scheduling things. What else? Over on Patreon, we've got a monthly competition running. Still several days left to get involved and solve the alien invasion Sudoku hunt. So that's well worth it. The feedback we've had on those puzzles has been the best feedback we've ever had for one of our own Sudoku hunts. It's really, really lovely. Lots of counting circles puzzles if you enjoy those. And birthday-wise, I have 3 things to mention today. Firstly, Cody. Cody, you're turning 39 today. And I know this because your wife, Lauren, wrote to me. I think you're over there in Utah. And Lauren says that you watch the channel for hours every day, which I think is fantastic. So, Cody, go you. I hope you have a brilliant birthday. I hope the chocolate cake is very, very well iced, obviously. Now, the second birthday is a very special birthday. Emily Williams, your husband Byron wrote to us and said, could we wish you a happy birthday? But Emily is one of our most loyal supporters. So Emily, I hope you have an absolutely brilliant birthday. Obviously, thank you so much for all you do for the channel. It is really, really appreciated. And I hope that the cake today is very excellent and that you and Byron have a good day. And now the next one isn't a birthday, it's an anniversary, and I'm a day late with this, and I apologise wholeheartedly for being a day late. This actually went to our spam folder, which I wouldn't normally check on a daily basis, but I happened to click on it, and I found this message, and it's a message for Beth from husband Matthew over there. Is it Utica? Is that how I say that? Is it Utica? Or Utica. No, I think it's Utica, isn't it? It was your wedding anniversary yesterday, and quite a number of years, a propitious number of years if you like Sudoku, the maximum sum of a 3-digit killer Sudoku cage. I know that you graduated from MIT and then got married within a week of that, and that was obviously 24 years ago yesterday. You've had 2 children, you love puzzles, and are currently wrestling with the puzzle of teaching your 16-year-old to drive, which apparently is a very scary puzzle. So I wish you luck with that. And I've got a picture of your wedding here, which I will share. It's a beautiful picture and a beautiful cake, and apparently that cake had chocolate in it, and that chocolate had Baileys, was infused with Baileys, which I fully approve of. Baileys is very, very delicious. I don't have it very often, but when I do, I often think I could drink a great deal of it. Anyway, Beth and Matthew, congratulations on your wedding anniversary. And that's all the news, I think. Let's have a go at some solving, shall we? Let's have a look at what Ard has in store for us with 4 octagons. The rules of this one are as follows. We have got normal Sudoku rules applying, so we're going to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Digits in a cage must sum to the small number in the top left corner of the cage. So those 4 sum to 20, those to 17, those to 23, etc. Adjacent digits along a rose octagon line must differ in value by at least 6. So that is a weird rule. I mean, we're familiar with, well, what have we had in Sudoku that we see quite often? We see German whispers lines, which have a difference of 5 on them, Dutch whispers lines, which have a difference of at least 4 on them, but today we have a rose octagon line, which has a difference of at least 6. So if this digit was a 1, this digit would have to be at least 7. Could be 7, 8, or 9. And they are all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Okay, I don't know whether this is relevant, but I will note, because I ought to, that whenever you see a puzzle that has 4 2x2s in the corner boxes that are sort of symmetrical, you should always be thinking about Fistemafel or variants of Fistemafel. Fistemafel is this wonderful theorem where these cells can be shown in any Sudoku puzzle to be the exact same digits as those. You can try that if you've never seen that before. I do a proof of that actually on the great YouTube channel Numberphile with Brady Harron. But that is a truth. But there is a variant of that. Now, I can never quite remember how to prove it. But it involves these boxes. Let's just see if we can prove it quickly. I think it involves the corner cells. So if I highlight those in yellow, that's obviously 4 rows of the puzzle. Can't really remember how to do this. Is it that? Okay, let's try those. Yeah, this does it. Okay, and then we'll try those. Right. So what I want to emphasize here, and this might not be relevant to solving the puzzle, but it just strikes me as it might be, so we should go there. I've highlighted in yellow 4 rows of the puzzle, so we know exactly that yellow overall contains 4-digit 1s, 4-digit 2s, 4-digit 3s, etc., all the way through to 4-digit 9s. Now in green, I've highlighted 2 complete columns and 2 complete boxes. So green also contains overall 4-digit 1s, 4-digit 2s, 4-digit 3s, etc., up to 4-digit 9s. So in order to understand what I'm doing here, imagine we took this cell out of green and out of yellow. You can see it's in green and it's in yellow. So if I remove it from green and yellow, what can we say about what remains in green and what remains in yellow? We know that green and yellow had the same composition of digits before we did anything, and we've just taken the same cell out of both green and yellow. So green and yellow must still contain exactly the same thing. And we can do that for all the bicoloured cells, or bichromatic cells, that's probably better English. Okay, and we can reach this situation where we can now say with certainty that the yellows contain the same digits as the greens, and we know the sum of the yellows, that is 40, 60, 77. And that's absolutely useless, isn't it? Okay, so I'm so sorry. I think I've got off on the wrong track here. Can I just think about this for a second? If I know that green adds up to 77, and I do, I've got a given digit. There's nothing there, is there? I'm so sorry. Okay, that's a brief excursion into Simon nonsense. It's all true, and it's quite interesting, is it? Well, I think it is, but I don't think it's going to help me solve the puzzle. For some reason, I always, whenever I see 2x2 boxes in the corners, that is something I think about. I mean, the plain vanilla values of all these cages, I don't think they are interesting. 4 cells that add up to things like 17 or 22. I mean, if you think about the average value of a Sudoku digit, it's 5. So 4 cells, the average value would be 20. And these are all quite close to 20. Indeed, that one is an exact 20. 5 cells, there's nothing going on there, is there? Okay, so it's going to be these hexagons, which are the things that differ in value by 6. So they're like extreme German whispers. So on a German whispers line, where you have a line where adjacent digits have to differ by 5, you can't put 5 on the line. And on these lines, I don't think you can put 4 or 6 on them either. Because if you tried to put a 4 on a line, let's pick a cell that could have a 4 by Sudoku, what's this digit going to be? It's got to be at least 6 different. Well, if we go down, we're going to get to negative numbers, and we can't put those in Sudoku. If we go up, we get to double-digit numbers, and we can't put those in Sudoku. So 4 won't work, and neither will 6 for the same reason. In fact, okay, it's weird. So all the principles that we know about German whispers lines just are still there, but they get exaggerated. So, okay, I think I can summarize how these octagons work then. Firstly, they can't have 4, 5, or 6 on them. Secondly, any digit that is on the octagon then is either going to have the property of being a low number, which is going to have to be a 1, 2, or 3, or a high number, which is going to be a 7, 8, or 9. And we could obviously never have 2 of those adjacent. So if this was a high number, we can't put 4, 5, 6 on the line at all, remember. So if this was a higher than 6 number, could this also be higher than 6? Of course not. These can't possibly be 6 apart. So if this is a higher than 6, this will have to be a lower than 6. And then this would have to be, couldn't be a lower than 6. These couldn't be 6 apart, so this would be a higher than 6 again. And that is going to go around each of these wheels. So there's going to be an oscillation, like all of those are going to be the same polarity, if you like. They're all either going to be high or low. And 7 and 3 are ridiculously hard to put on these octagons, because a 7, actually I can't put a 7 there, let's try 7 there. A 7 could only go next to the digit 1. It's the only Sudoku digit that's 6 different from it. And a 3 could only go next to a 9. It's the only Sudoku digit that's sufficiently different. So 7 and 3 are, normally on German whispers it's 4 and 6 that are difficult, but here it's 7 and 3 that are difficult. And even digits like 8, which is normally not a problem to put on a German whisper at all, 8 can only be next to 1 and 2. 2 can only be next to 8 and 9. Oh, it's weird. Okay. Now, sorry, I realised I've stopped talking. I'm trying to think about what that means for solving the puzzle. And I don't know. So it means this 17 cage. It's got to have quite a lot of strange digits in it, I think. Because what this principle is telling us is that within those 4 cells there, let me just flash them purple, those 4 cells contain one higher than, what each domino there contains a high and a low. So I can't. I'm not sure actually. Now I'm not sure. I was trying to conclude as I was trying to think about whether this 17 cage had to have a 7, 8, or a 9 in it. I'm not sure that it actually does. Maybe this corner digit. If this corner digit is 7, 8, or 9, then this doesn't have to have a high digit in it. If this corner digit was anything other than 7, 8, or 9, then because we could only put one of 7, 8, and 9 in there, and one of 7, 8, and 9 in there, this would have to have a 7, 8, or a 9 in it. And obviously if it did, imagine it had a 9 in it, then the other three digits would have to add up to 8, which isn't very many. Oh, okay, but I can't put 4, 5, and 6 on this line. Sorry, I think maybe it's 4s, 5s, and 6s that I'm meant to think about. I have got a lot of given 4s. They don't look very good. Are they good in some way? They don't really... 4 in box 1 is in one of 2 places. 4 in box 4 is in one of 3 places. Remember, it can't go on the line. One of 3 places in box 6. I just don't think this is it, is it? Okay. You see, if that was 4... No. Well, okay, so I can combine the 2 principles I've learned, I think. Yeah. Yes. Sorry, and this is totally obvious to some of you, and it's taken me a while to get there, but I have got there now, I think. I don't think this can be 4. Now, let me try and articulate why. If this was 4, we noted that this 17 cage would have to have one of 7, 8, 9 in it, because we couldn't put them in these cells. We could have put one in each of these dominoes and none here. So it would have to have a 7, 8, or a 9. But if this is 4, where are we putting 5 and 6 in the box? They can't go on the rows line at all. So 5 and 6 would be in here, along with a 7, 8, or a 9. And this cage couldn't add up to 17. So the 4 is not there. The 4 is here. Okay, so that's good. Oh, it is actually good. Maverick's flying over as well. That's not necessarily good, but it's true. And that's a 4 by Sudoku. So we've got a small win for the goodies. There's probably still stuff we can do over here. If that isn't 7, 8, or 9, it just doesn't work, does it? Because if this isn't 7, 8, or 9, then I have to put whatever this is. It can only be one of 5 and 6 then. So let's make it 6, which would be the best we could do. Then into here we have to put 5, because we can't put 5 on the line, and we have to put at least 7. Oh, and that might work. Bobbins. Hang on. Okay, my maths let me down there. Yeah, okay, sorry. So we can get away with that, but only just. Or maybe we have to put 4. If we put 4, 5, and 6 in there, then we could accompany that with 2. Or, sorry, this is a ridiculous series of or statements. Where is 7? I said 7 was difficult, didn't I, on the octagons? And it is a bit difficult in this box full stop. Because 7 had to be next to 1, and I have been given a 1. Yeah, so, for example, this cell can't be 7. because that would put 1 in both of these cells. This cell can't be 7, it would put 1 in both of those cells. This cell can't be 7, it would put a 1 here. Now, can that be a 7? Maybe, actually. Okay, so maybe that can be 7, that can be 7, all the 7's in there. That's very, very annoying. 5, 6. Okay, but 7 is tricky in this box. You've got to be careful with it. Therefore, presumably, it's got to be careful with it here as well. Not there, because it would have a 1 on its right. Not there, it would have a 1 on its left. Not there, it would have a 1 in this cell. So not in any of those. Right. Okay, no, I want to think about this slightly differently. Look at row 1. That is an easier question. In row 1, where are we putting the digits 5, 6, and 7? Because we said we can't put 5 and 6 ever on the rows lines, so 5 and 6 can't go here. Now, because of this given one, we actually can't put 7 in any of those cells either. So the only cells available for 5, 6, and 7 are those 3. Now, what does that mean? That's the question. That is the question. Okay, well, this can't be 5 in the corner then, because then in this box, 6 and 7 would join the 4, and 6 plus 7 plus 4 is already 17 before the 4th digit was added in. So this corner digit is 6 or 7. School children everywhere will rejoice at the appearance of 6, 7 in the corner of the puzzle. On Cracking the Cryptic, we rejoice if we get a 3 in the corner, which is looking unlikely. Okay, what do we do with this? I haven't got a clue. Wow. That digit, whatever that is, I'll just make it purple for a moment. Where does it go in box 2? If it's 5 or 6, it clearly can't go on the hexagons at all. And if it's 7, I don't think it can go in either of these cells because it would have a 1 next to it and that would break. So that purple digit is in one of those cells. I can't quite carry that logic through down there because you could put 7 on an octagon if it's not interfered with by the existence of a 1 somewhere. So, no, surely that can't be 7. No, this can't be 7. This can't be 7, definitely. Many reasons for that are now dawning on me. But if this was 7, then we definitely do have an 8 or a 9 in there. And we don't have a 1, because if this is 7, this is 1. And we would have a 5 or a 6 as well. We'd have 7, we'd have 5, in fact. So we'd have 4, 5, at least 8. So we're already at 17. And at least 2. So that's definitely not 7. So 7 is either in the corner or it is in here. And if... Oh, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. I can't quite get it to work. I think it's still okay. Right. How about 3 then? Yeah. This must be, well, this must be important. 3. Oh, no. Hang on. No, I'm wrong as well. I'm looking at this pencil mark and I'm trying to, I saw those 7s and I was thinking 7 was in this box. And if 7 is in this box, it is true to say 3 can't be, because what would the final digit be to get us to 17? we would be on 14 with one cell left. We'd get a second 3. That won't work. But actually this could be and probably is the 7. Okay, if that is the 7, it's really difficult to put 8 in the box. Because 8 can only be next to 1 and 2, and the 2 would have to go in here, I think. This is really clever, but it's not desperately easy for this solver, at least. to know quite how to crystallize the thinking. If that's 6, then this has got 5 and 7 in it. So it would be 1, 4, 5, 7. Now, sorry about this. I can't quite get my head around how this works. Maybe this and that means it might not even be this box where I'm meant to be doing my thinking. Oh, okay, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have a different thought. In the top row, I've approximately placed 7, but what I haven't placed is 3. So rather than thinking about 3 in box 1, let's think about 3 in the top row, because that's not easy to place. You can't put it there or there, because it would have double 9 around it in the same box. So 3 is in one of those cells. Which means, okay, that's interesting, because that means if this is 3, these 2 are 9. If this is 3, these 2 are 9. So in box 2, there is always a 9 in one of those cells. Now, can we use that somehow? Let's just give this one some colouring so that we can appreciate it in a more glorified form. Okay, obviously, we don't know whether indigo or grey is high. Just as we don't know it here either. But what does that mean, if anything? Good question. I don't know. If that's 3, then both of those are 9. Then what would that be? Would we know, or would we not care? Well, we probably care. We probably care, that's true. It would have to be 7 or 8. And that, obviously, if we knew what that was, that might help us to determine it. But I think that could be a 7 surrounded by double 1, possibly. Double 1 here, double 3 here. And that might be fine. Okay, so that's not how to think that through. Okay, 9. We can't put 9. 9 does have to be in the wings of this one, doesn't it? Because if 9 goes into the 17 cage with a 4, we're already at 13. And we know that 5 or 6 has to be in this cage as well. So we're definitely broken. So 9 is actually now in one of only 3 places. So it's very likely, or quite likely at least, that green is the high digits on this octagon on the left. Oh, hang on, if that's not 5, 5 has to go in there, doesn't it? That's a fairly straightforward point. So, so 8. Right, this could be important. So because 5 is in this octagon with 4, not this octagon, this 2 by 2, we're on 9. So if we were to put 8 in there, we'd be on 17 with a digit to come. So 8 is definitely in these cells as well, in this box. Now 8 is more difficult to place, but it's not impossible. It can only be next to 1s and 2s. I'd love to know. Yeah, okay, so I do now think this box is where we have to focus. Because in effect now what we're trading off is whether this is 6 or 7. Because we know whatever this is, its opposite is definitely going in here. Yeah, that's almost it, isn't it? Because if either of those was 8, 1 and 2 wouldn't be available for this box. Oh, we're closing in. We're getting there. Hang on a minute. Let me just mull this over. So, how do we think about this? If we couldn't put 1, so if the 8s were in either of those positions, 1 and 2 couldn't go in the box. So the box would contain 4, 3, 5, 12 that would be, and a high digit, which would be a 6 or a 7, so it would be too big. So 8 is not in either of those positions, and 8 is in one of these. Now if this is 8, it's got to be surrounded by double 2, because neither of those cells could be a 1. I say that, thinking, okay, well that should be interesting. But I don't know, actually. I might be fine. The other alternative is that this is 8, and then these could actually be different, couldn't they? So let's think about it. So the options here are 5 and either 6 and 2 or 1 and 7. And in some way, I'm meant to understand which way. So okay, so 3 in this box is, yeah. So it's going to be the 3, surely. Yeah, 3 can't go in any in the same cells we ruled out 8 from, because 3 is only surrounded by 9. So this is a 3-8 pair. Sorry, that's taken me so long to figure out, but that means this is 9, and that's massive if that's true. Now, why was because of the 9 here? Gosh, it's all come together. So now that's 9, and that has to be next to 3, which has to be next to 9 again, which means this is high because it's the same polarity. So this is 8. So this is 1 or 2. This is 1 or 2. This is high, but it could perhaps be 7. So 7, 8, or 9. And this is low. Well, that's got to be 2 or 3 again. Now, these cells are now 2 and 8, aren't they? By just completing the top row of the puzzle. And now we look at this and we try and work out what this all means. Okay. Oh, nearly. Well, where's 3 in box 2? 3 can't go in either of those because it would always be flanked by a 9, and in either position that was going to clash. So 3 is in one of those 3 cells. Oh, this is 5, 6, or... Oh, we knew that it was there. Ah, bother. Oh, yeah, that's it. I've done it. Oh, in fact, has this been available forever? This has been available forever. I didn't see it. Right, where are 5, 6, and 7 in box 2? Oh, hang on. No, that is right. I suddenly thought maybe it's not right for the 7, but it is. Yeah, 5, 6 and 7 in box 2. You can't put 7 in either of those because it would be adjacent to a 1, so it would be a 1-7 pair if you put 7 in either. That would clash here. So 5, 6 and 7 can only go into those cells. This is brilliant. Art is just brilliant. And unfortunately, yeah, now this has to be 3, which makes this 9. And now these cells are, oh, these are 2 8s as well. Okay, that might be good. Okie dokie. I don't know what this means. Maybe I have to colour my 5, 6s and 7s. I'm not sure. How long have I been going for? 36 minutes. At least I've got some digits now, though. So 9 is in one of those 3. Can we do any better with these tricky to place digits now? Or not? I've got 2s and 8s on this one, but I suspect we can put 9 in this 20 cage without causing quite so much consternation. If we did put 9 in there, this would have to be a 7-1 pair, wouldn't it? And then we'd have 9 and either 5 or 6. We couldn't have 2, so it would have to be a very specific combination. It would be 9, 1, 4, 6, I think. 9, 1, 4, 6. Do we think that fails? And that doesn't work because the 7's going to be next to a 1. Gosh! Okay, that's very difficult to see, but I will try and explain it. If 9 is in this 20 cage, we need a valid high digit for this domino on the octagon, which would have to be 7 because it can't be 8. So this would be a 7-1 pair because 7 always goes next to 1. Now we've got 9 and 4 in here, adding to 13. So the other 2 digits have to add up to 7, but they couldn't be 4, 3 without repeating the 4. They couldn't be 1, 7, 1, 6, and they couldn't be 2, 5. So there's no way of doing it. So that means 9 is in this domino. And therefore, because by Sudoku, I know which one it goes into. And now we know the polarity of this line in terms of how it oscillates between low and high. So this is a 1 or a 3. I look across the line and hope it helps me, but it decides not to. 7 is in this one now. So we have got a 7 in there, adding to 11, and then we've got 2 digits as well as that, which are going to add up to 9. And they aren't 1, 8, they aren't 2, 7, and they aren't 4, 5, so they are 3, 6. So this is 3, 4, 6, 7. And therefore this digit is a 1, believe it or not, and this digit is a 5, and this digit is not a 5, so there is a 5 in here now. 5 is now in those 2 cells because it can't go on the octagons ever. 5 can't go on the octagons ever. 5 is in the 18 cage now. We're getting some things done. 5 is going to be in the 22 cage by exactly the same logic. 5 is not in the central cross because there's a 5 there and a 5 there. So 5 is in one of those cells. Oh. Where's 5 in box 8? It's in one of these 2 because it can't go on the octagon. Oh, that doesn't do anything. Sorry. Okay, let's carry on doing our oscillation here. So this digit is 1, 2, or 3. It can't be 3 because this would be 9. So I've now got a 1, 2 pair in row thingy. This can't be that. This might be an 8. It can't be 7 because it couldn't be next to 2 if it was 7. And it can't be 9 and it's got to be high, so it's got to be an 8. So we've got an 8, 9 pair and a 1, 2 pair in row 4 now out of nowhere. 8's in one of these 3 positions by Sudoku. These digits don't include 4. So they're 3, 6, 7. That 1 might do. No, it doesn't. It might do something. It makes this digit a 2. Yeah, that does do something. So now I'm going to get the composition of this thing. Because it's now we know that the low digit in here is a 1. So we've got 2 digits that add to 5, which means we don't need 6 in there. We need 5 and 7 to give us the other 12 that we're looking for, which puts a 6 here, a 7 here. These digits are now 5, 6 pair. And maybe this will help us to go further. 6 now in box 8 also can't go on the hexagon still. So there's now a weird 5, 6 pair at the bottom of the grid, which means, oh, this is good. Yeah, this is very nice. Right. So now in box 7, I've got a 6. Well, I can never put 6 on the octagon. So 6 and 5 are in. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6 because 4, 5 and 6 add up to 15. So I need an extra 3 to get me to the 18 that we're looking for. And this isn't a 3. And okay, and in the 22 cage now, I've got 5 and 6 in there. So I need 2 more digits that add up to 11. And they don't use 8, look. So we're either looking at 4, 7 or 2, 9. Ooh, both of which look quite possible, actually. If that was 4, then it would be 4, 7. Where's 4 in box 9? Is that a good question? One of 2 places only. So it nearly was a good question, and then it wasn't. Where's 3 in column 1? That is a good question. That's quite weird, because that's a 3, 4, 5 triple now, according to my pair. You know, I corner mark things in boxes where they can only go in 2 or 3 positions, and I've got 3, 4, and 5 corner marked. Is that bogus? 4 I can see is in one of those 3 very simply. 3 is in one of those 3 things. So why is 5? No, that's true, because of this there's a 5 in one of those, and you can't put 5 on the octagon. So this is 3, 4, 5. That's useful. We may be able to clean that up slightly more. That's definitely not 4. That's definitely not 5. About this one. I don't know. Okay, but if that's 3, 4, 5, these are 1, 7, 9. Now, on the octagon, we're going to need a low digit. So we're going to have a 1 on there along with 7 or 9 bobbins. 7 would be more useful. Because 7 would force double 1. In fact, 7 would have to be here with double 1. Okay. Oh, no, that's not true. What I was about to say, I was going to say maybe this had to have 8 on it, but because I could see neither of these could be 9, but maybe this could be a 7 with a double 1. No, because that can't. No, that doesn't work. Right, there is 8 down here. Okay, so again, because we know 1 is the low digit in this domino, it can't be here. So you can't put 7 here anymore, because 7 is always going to be next to 1 on both of its sides. So if you put 7 there, that's a 1. If you put 7 there, this is a 1, and this is a 1. It doesn't work. And we can't put 9 here. So this is 8. Oh, which I could have got just by looking at the box. It's a 2-8 pair. Sorry. I'm not used to having such luxuries. So 2 looks like it's trying to get into here, doesn't it? That would make this 2, 9, especially with this 9 as well. So this is either a 7, 1, or it's got 9 on it, this domino here. You'd think, given how tricky it is to put 7 or 3 onto these octagons, that it would be easier to spot problems, but I'm not doing very well at this in terms of seeing exactly where the problems arise. This has got to have a 1 or a 2 on it, because it can't have 3, and this is a 1 or a 2. And obviously there is a low digit in this domino. So these digits are from 6, 7, and 8. Again, you sort of look at that and you think, okay, that must do something in a column or a row or something. No, it doesn't. That domino needs a high digit on it. Now, what high digit are we going to use there? That's going to have to be 8 again, isn't it? So this is 8 with 1 or 2. 8 only goes next to 1 or 2, remember. There is definitely an 8 in that domino. So there is no 8 on this domino. So it's either 7 with a 1 again, or it's 9 with a... It could be 9 with a 3, or 9, 1, 3. Okay, can't quite see how to do that. And by quite see, I mean I really can't see at all. Do we know there's an 8 in there? Not at all. No, we don't know that. Oh well, okay. I mean, do I think we're in... How bad a shape do I think we're in terms of solving this? I don't think we're in terrible shape. But we're definitely not finished yet, are we? We are definitely not finished yet. So in this column, can we do something Sudoku-y? I know one of those is an 8. So we're looking to place 1, 2, 5, and 6. So this is 5 or 6 only. It sees this 1, 2 weird pair here. So yeah, that digit's the same as that one. Because it has to find a home in column 6, and it can't go on the octagon, I should say. Okay. Oh, I see. Well, I don't... Oh, nearly. Well, this needs 2 digits that added to 11, remember? So 1 can't be in the 22, so 1's going to be here. Not with 8, because 8's over there, but that means 7 is quite likely to be here, in which case it would be there with a 1. That would make this 2, 8. We don't know whether... we do now. This could be good. Right, I know I've got a 2, 8 pair here. That's forcing 8 in this box onto the octagon, where it can't partner 1. So what does it partner? 2. That's a 2 and an 8, which takes 2, 9 out of a possibility. So now, for my extra 11, I needed my 22. It's not 2, 9, it's not 3, 8, and it's not 5, 6. So this is 4, 7, 5, 6. And the 4 is not in the earth. 4 is placed. Great. Great. Yeah, that does things. Well, it does a little bit. It does a little bit, and we'll take that. It did a little bit. It only did a little bit. Right, but now I need a high digit on here that isn't 8 and isn't 7, so it's 9 and 1 there. So let's put that in and hope that does something. So that puts 7 in the corner, which is not what I wanted over there, but it's still true. Beggars can't be choosers. And now we get a 4 in the corner here. Oh, no, I was going to say that doesn't work, because I've got a 4 looking down here. Oh no, I get a 3 in the corner. I get a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Oh, that's rather nice. So these digits are now sort of known, aren't they? They're 4, 6, and 7. Which means these digits have to include a high digit, and that high digit is now a 9. But unfortunately, it could be a 9 with a 3, couldn't it? I can't Oh, it couldn't be a 3 there, but could it be a 3 here? Double 9 there? I think maybe it could. 9 is in the thingy cage, the 23 cage. I don't think that's putting pressure on it. 9, the remaining digits add to 14 without using 4, so they have to include a 1, I think. Because 2, 3, 4, 5 would be 14. But we can't put 4 in. So there must be a 1 in one of those, which actually that is probably something we could have got anyway. Can we do some sort of trickery with the secret? I haven't thought about that at all. 5 is 5 and 9, 32, 13. Yes. Oh, I didn't think of this at all. Right, let's think about box 5. Now, there is a secret. It's something I share with only my very favourite people, but if you're watching this video, you're definitely one of my favourite people. The secret of Sudoku, so I'm going to tell you it, is that box there, indeed any box of a Sudoku, indeed any row or any column, sums to 45 because it must contain the digits 1 to 9 once each. Now, here, I've got 23. I've got a 4 there, and I know one of these is a 5. So that means I've got 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 23 is 32, which means the other two digits in this congregation add up to 13. But they're not 4, 9, and they're not 5, 8, because you'd have to repeat one of those digits for that to happen. So they are 6, 7, and this is a 5, 6, 7 triple. And, okay, so that is a 5, 6, 7 triple now in column 6. So we haven't put the digits 1, 9, and 3 in. So these are 1, 9, and 3. Oh, it's close. So there is a 9. There must be a high digit in that domino. So this isn't a 9. And I can see, actually, it's going... Well, no, maybe not, because I was going to say I think this will be a 3 to avoid what could be a deadly pattern, but actually no, because there are going to be other things affecting the ordering of these that might mean this can be a 1-9 pair. That certainly can't be a 3. Oh, I think we're really close now to solving it. Just need to have 9. Hang on, that's not a 9. So 9 is in the middle of the puzzle, which is very strange, but seems to be true. So the other digits in box 5 that we haven't even thought about are 1, 2, 3, and 8, are they? And surely we can do something with these. 1 is not in those, so these are 2, 3, or 8. Wow, oh no, this is a disaster. Oh, that's not 4. Okay. Oh, we must be on the cusp. Come on, Simon, just have one more little insight. We can probably tidy up the top rows somehow. It's a question of 3, isn't it? Is there a reason that one of these can't be a 3? But I'm not sure. I think, well, no, I really think they might be able to be 3. Or I don't know. And here the question is around 7, isn't it? And whether or not 7 can go on here. All right. So I'm not sure how to to solve this for sure. 6 is definitely in that domino, because 6 can't go on here. So this is not a 6. So this is 4 or 7 now. And this has got... No, that doesn't... It still doesn't work. Sorry. Apologies. I'm not thinking clearly enough about this. What's disambiguating? Is it something about... I can get... No. Hang on. If I actually tidy up my pencil marking, that might help me. I've got a 5 or a 6 here. Is that going to do something? I've got 3, 5, 6 here. I've got 3, 5, 6, 7 there. 7 in column 5 is in these cells. I don't really think that matters very much. 7 is in one of those cells. 8 here doesn't determine this at all, does it? So it might be a question. I might have to pencil mark the tops of these octagons, because there are going to be some cells that are a tiny bit restricted. Like, for example, this can't be 3. Oh, in fact, that nearly does it. It nearly does it in the column. Where's 3 in the column? It almost has to be there. I can't see it. Or maybe this cell? 3 or 4? Or this cell? Or this cell? Bouncing around trying to find something. Oh, this can't be a 2, can it? Because there's a 1-2 pair in the row. So that is 3 or 8. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's not 8. Oh, this would be great. Right, that is a naked single, 3. Which means this is a 1. Now that has got to do something. Yeah, well, yes, it does do... Okay, yes, it does do things. Right, so now there is a 3 down here, which means that we've got this 3 surrounded by double 9 situation going on. But we've also definitely got a 1 on this domino. So this is 1 and 8. Oh, that's probably it. Yeah, this has had 8 on it for ages. So this is a 1-8 pair, and therefore this is a 2, and this is an 8. Now, what does that do? So these 2 digits are now known. They're a 2-7 pair. And whichever one of these is 3 has to have 9 on both sides of it. We just need a 9 looking at something to stop that happening. Where is it? This has 7 on it now, because it doesn't have 9 and it doesn't have 8, so that's a 1-7 pair. That makes this a 6. Gosh, you are clever. Goodness me. This is now 5, because it's not a 7, and it doesn't seem to be able to be a 6. So that's a 6, that's a 7, that's a 4, that's a 7, that's a 5, that's a 3, that's a 4. This is now a 6-8 pair. And this is a 3-5 pair, which might be a good thing or not. So this is 2-9 exactly. 2-9 there. And that's there we go. That's done it finally. This 2 is looking at this 2-9 pair, and that's going to give us the polarity of this wheel. So now we can go round it, and in alternate cells we can write the low digits, which means we get the high digits as well. It's got a lot of 9s on it, this wheel. And that's probably going to solve the puzzle, believe it or not, because now I get the oscillation for this one as well. So we can just fill this one in. That's now a 7. This is now a 2. So that's a 1. Okay. Don't even think about stopping there. That's an 8. That's a 2. That's an 8. That's a 6. That's a 6. This is a 3-5 pair. We need lots of things to be happening down here to fix all this. So hopefully, yeah, something's going on in this row. It's this 3, isn't it? So that's 3. That's 5. That's 7. That's 7. That's 2. This is a 5-6 pair. That's no longer a 7. So we've got 3-5-6 triple remaining here. We've got a 6 here. We've got a 5 here. And hopefully this is resolved by something. Otherwise we are in a pickle of our own devising. Yeah, that 1 is doing 1, 5, 5, 6. And no, don't be a deadly pattern, please. Please, please, please don't be deadly pattern. It can't be, can it? What have I missed here? There's nothing. Oh, 7. Yeah, okay. 5, 6, 6, and 7. And there we go. That's a brilliant puzzle. That's a brilliant puzzle. Yes. I'm the first person to solve it. Well, that was really interesting. It's very cool how much extra logic sort of emerged from these wheelie things. And it was very much a question of having to ask a series of precise questions. I think I might have been able to do better in this column, or perhaps box 5 if I'd focused on that earlier, because there was clearly some maths that would have given me these 4 digits a bit more quickly, and maybe that would have helped unwind things. But certainly getting the polarity of the bottom 2 octagons was a mission. I really struggled with that. But there is the logical solution to 4 octagons by the great Ard van der Wetering, strutting his stuff once again. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.